the early month of August 1957, my mother and I went to a wedding in Springfield, Ohio at the First Methodist Church. Well, while we were in the narthex of the church, here comes Rich Woods, and I saw him and I said, "Well, hi, Rich." And I couldn't believe, my gosh, he's really grown up, because we had been together in high school in the 10th grade. The next week, I got a letter from him saying, "Dearest Kay." And I thought, well, what right does he have to call me Dearest Kay? Anyway, he asked for me to go out to an outing to Indian Lake with his parents. We just had a grand time, so we kept up letter writing and all that. And so on January 4th, 1958, he asked me to marry him. And the reason I said, "Well, what do you mean?" He said, "I wanted to be a medical missionary." He says, "Well, why are you separating your love for God and your love for man? Can't you do both?" I said, "Well, I guess I could love both." So then we got married in June 1958. We went through our whole next year of college and graduated June 1959. And we then went to Springfield, Ohio for his first job. He was drafted into the Army. So we went out to Fort Monmouth, New Jersey, and he got into a science and engineering division for human factors engineering, which helps to put man and machine more compatible. After our 2-year stint in the Army, we moved to Fort Wayne, Indiana. He worked as an engineer for ITT, and then we moved out to Marco, 16 miles south. And we were trying to fulfill his dream of living in the country. We had horses. So anyway, we lived there, and we had 3 more children because I had one in the Army. Rich got to lead lay witness missions. I got to teach nursing and was helping him too in the missions. And we taught Sunday school for over 30 years and just had a good background. In 2003, he wanted to build his own ultralight airplane. Well, one day I came home from work on April 24th, 2006, and it was very quiet. And we saw that Richard's hangar, where he had put his airplane, was up. So I thought, oh, good, he's out flying. And then by 6 o'clock that night, I looked out the window, and here comes a car with 3 men walking up the sidewalk. I thought, oh, something is wrong. They wanted to know if I was Mrs. Richard Woods. As he was flying his ultralight, he had had a heart attack first, which I guess gave us some consolence. So it was all the Fort Wayne papers, front page, and all that stuff, and the TV news. It was very sad for all of us, because there's nothing they could do. It was over. And so they all got home. We got to console one another and know that Rich wanted us to continue on with what God had given each of us to do. And I think that's what helps so much in any crisis situation, when you have faith, and helps to give you the stability of love and support.